following training is sponsored by the Niagara Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Please visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you. Hello. Here we are again, and there was a story that happened over this weekend that caught my eye and a lot of other people. There was like over 1 million views on TikTok. A woman found a tile tracker planted in her purse. Now, these tile trackers, I don't have one on me, but they can attach to your keychains. They have bigger sizes and smaller sizes. I do have a link here, and it'll be in the description, from the tile support team, and you can actually see here what she pulled, the tile tracker that she pulled out of her purse. This is a slightly bigger tracker. They have small trackers, sticker trackers, things for like remote controls and that. So, and if you're not familiar with tile, it is one of these physical items is stuck on something like a keychain where you think you might lose it, and then as long as you have your phone, you can what's called ping or ring the tile, and the tile will it'll use the tracking and it'll tell you, or it might ring or something like that, so you can find your item. There are actually 3 different stories here, and each one is really important. We're going to start with the woman goes viral with over 1 million views on TikTok because she found the tile tracker in her purse. The second one is actually an interesting item from Tile itself. And then the last one is the scariest one about Amazon's Sidewalk Network. So let's jump into this. From Bored Panda, Sheridan Ellis, this is her from her own screenshots from TikTok. A 27-year-old artist from Texas has gone viral on her TikTok account after experiencing a strange incident that occurred after a night out for a friend's birthday. Her message to everyone is pretty clear. Beware of the contents of your bag, your purse. In Sheridan's own words here, she says, quick story time PSA for what it's worth category. This weekend on Saturday, I went to dinner with a group of friends for a girl's birthday. If you know me, I don't normally carry a purse, but on Saturday I did because we had decorations and stuff for the table. Anyways, at the end of the night, I'm cleaning my purse out and I find this. And that's where she shows that tracker right there, that thing right there. It's a tile. It's basically a tracker for, people put it on their keys and whatnot. It's not mine. I don't know how it got in my purse. Immediately took the battery out, don't worry, but yeah, so check your purses and stay safe out there. So she found this. All right. Now, here at the bottom of the screen, here's an excellent example of both good and bad advice. Now, look at this for just a moment. Okay. Good and bad advice. Here's the police can definitely find out who purchased it and who downloaded the app and registered it. Go to the police. That's very scary. Luckily, after a range of 200 feet, that tile would become out of range, so they can't track you from far away. We have those exact ones. And then someone says that's an expensive way to stalk someone. Okay. All of that sounds okay. It's normal. It's things that you would read on the internet. Sounds pretty smart. And you'd be like, whew, okay. There's one thing that is untrue, and it's bad advice. Did you catch it? Luckily, after a range of 200 feet, the tile will become out of range, so they can't track you from far away. This is not true. It is not true. I thought the exact same thing. Library people, my people, do not rely on what I've heard, or even now I have those exact ones unless it's straight from the manufacturer. Double check. There are brand new updates. There are software updates that happen all the time on our devices, and those software updates make changes to the devices themselves without you ever physically going into a store or having to upgrade or buy a new thing. Here's what I mean. This screenshot right here is right from Tile Support. This is from the website itself, and it talks about permission settings. Do you need an internet connection for the tile? And the idea is no, you can actually, and it says right here, ring your tile using Bluetooth only. You can also access the map that is on your phone to see your tile's last known location. You do need some sort of network connection, cell data or Wi-Fi to receive the most current and accurate updated location data, either updating it yourself or through an anonymous tile network. You do need a connection to create an account on the Tile app and activate your tiles, and you do need to share you do need an account, an internet connection to share a tile with one other person that you trust app and activate your tiles. Did you get that? You do need a network connection. You can get a network connection to receive the most current and accurate updated location data, either updating it yourself or through an anonymous tile network. Yes, you can use the internet. You can use the internet to find your tile, even if it's out of Bluetooth range. That 200 feet does not apply anymore. Even worse or better, depending now, okay? This is, in our case, it's worse, so we're going to focus on that. Even scarier now was the article I found while surfing on Facebook over the weekend. Amazon's Sidewalk Network is turned on by default. Here's how to turn it off. Amazon's Sidewalk Network. Jason Atten, writing for Inc.com, writes, last week, as of June 8th, 2021, June 8th, Amazon said it would turn on Sidewalk, its mesh network. A mesh network is nothing more than a series of interconnected internet-enabled devices. A mesh means that you get full internet coverage, okay, of an area. A mesh network that uses Bluetooth and 900 megahertz radio signals to communicate between devices. It's doing this. It was June 8th. Okay. I imagine that most people, Jason writes, even those who bought an Echo Smart speaker in the past few years, have no idea what Sidewalk is. I suspect that most of those people would be even more surprised to know that it's turned on by default on every one of their devices. I'll get to that part in just a minute, he writes. Even if you have an older Alexa or Echo, again, it's the software updates that become important. Even if you have something that's 5, 6, 7 years old, if it has enough memory, if it has enough hardware, it can accept those software updates and you have it and it's on and you've opted into it already. First, Jason writes, let's talk about Sidewalk. The idea behind it is actually really smart, to make it possible for smart home devices to serve as a sort of bridge between your Wi-Fi connection and one another. That way, if your Ring doorbell, for example, isn't located close to your Wi-Fi router but happens to be near an Echo Dot, it can use Sidewalk to stay connected. So it's kind of like its own repeater or its own signal boosting service. Here's the kicker. The same is true if your internet connection is down. Your smart devices can connect to other smart devices even if they aren't in your home. The big news on this front is that Tile is joining the Sidewalk network on June 14th. That means if you lose a Tile tracker, it can connect to any of the millions of Echo or Ring devices in your neighborhood and send its location back to you. It's definitely a nice benefit. Things get murky from a privacy standpoint. Okay, yeah, murky, that's one way to put it. Other people's devices, like your neighbors, can also then connect to your Sidewalk network, rendering I can't believe that they get away with this. This, I want to just go back to it. This is not true. Not true anymore. After 200 feet, they don't work. Not true. I hope this was helpful. It scared the jeepers out of me. And if you have any other ideas, let me know. Sorry, this was kind of a downer. I'll try and find something happier to talk about in the next video. Take care. Thanks. Bye now.